through it. So this
Mm,
this particular exercise, well, we discussed you wanting to know how to do a Mobius strip, right?
yes.
And that's what I have up here on the screen. Um, and it actually took me uh, several attempts to figure out how to make this happen. It's not, I'm going to delete this and I'm going to bring up my formers here. So
Hmm.
as simple as it appears, once you have your former, and what I've done, first of all, let me explain. I created this former first, and then I just simply did a polar array around the origin point, and then I rotated this one 90 degrees, and then I stacked it by using the move command. And oops, let me turn on Gumball, and I'll just do kind of an example of that. If you're not yet really familiar with the move command, here's how it can be extremely handy. So if I go over here on the left-hand side on the sidebar to the move command, and if I move this from here, from this midpoint to quad should be, there it is, the quad,
Yeah.
boom. Okay, so that's how I set all this up, right? So let me just briefly show you what doesn't work. If you do a one rail sweep using these, all four, right? And then here's why seam position really matters, because you have a lot of control here with seam position. I always like to move these for the most part. Okay, so so if we rotate it, I'm thinking it wants to be over here next at that end point. Let me think about this for a second. Oh no, actually, it
It would be
wants
at
to,
the other side.
yeah, be on the other
Yeah.
side, depending on which direction you want to rotate it. But if I rotate it clockwise on the other side, and then I think we change this arrow direction to up, right? It takes some spatial, it takes some kind of understanding you have to be able to manipulate this stuff in your mind before you do it here. And then I'll move that one, and then this one needs to go the other direction to get this twist in correctly, right? But if we then click OK, and if we close the sweep, it kind of works, but it kind of doesn't. I mean, it forms the top okay, but it also twists the bottom. So here's how you have to approach it. We're going to cancel this, and we're going to just re-invoke that command with a right click. And in this time, we're just going to form the top. And so once again, we move this one here, we move this one here, change that direction, and then it wants to be on the midpoint with the direction changed. And then we can hit enter. And there's that beautifully formed Mobius top. Well, no, it's not beautifully formed. I did something wrong because you can see right here the surface passes or the surfaces pass through
Yeah.
themselves. So I got
If you
one.
move the
Go ahead.
seam on the last one, the
Hmm.
outside of the rectangle, I think that should work.
Right. Let's try this. It always takes me a couple times, really. So we put this one in the right shape, and then this one. Did we have this one correct? Do you think? Do,
I
do,
think so.
do. And then this one, if it continues to rotate uh, like that, this one needs to be like so. No,
I
that's how
think
we
it has
have.
to go outside, not along the regular
Oh
rail.
yeah, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. So let's put it. Oops, I gotta zoom in on this and put it here. And the arrow needs to go the other direction, correct?
I
Would
think
that
so. Yeah.
would that make sense? Yeah, I think so too. Okay, let's try this. Boom, there now. There's our perfectly formed top of the Mobius. And so then we just do the bottom. See, this is an open poly surface right now. So we just re-invoke the command, select the rail, re-invoke the command, and then we do this curve, oops, that curve, this curve, and this edge curve, and then enter. And then we just align these all up similarly. Keep our seam sort of in the middle. And then we have the bottom of the Mobius. And then all you have to do is shift select, control J to join. And then we have then we have a solid Mobius strip. And the first one that you saw that I deleted, the only thing different about it, let's close out my curves here over in the layers, is I just filleted these edges just to round them off. But I mean, when I first made this, this was pre-sub D era of Rhino. Rather than filleting the edges to make a nice soft shape out of this, you can select it, go to sub D tools, select quad remesh, right? Convert to sub D. We don't need that big a target quad count. Let's change that. Let's try 500 and see what it gets us. We click OK. It's going to make that mesh. And then we can just pull this over to look at it. And there's better than filleting. It just really softens the whole thing. All right. So let's do this exercise one more time. And let's go ahead and try the default 2000 quad count. Click OK. And then we can compare these two. See, the difference is you get a little softer. The less quad count you get, the softer an object you get. And the higher quad count, you get something that's a little more true to the original. So bumping
So
that
you do
quad.
this
Go
quad
ahead.
count in one of your other videos, actually.
I did talk about it.
Yeah, not in your regular lesson plan, but in one of the other videos you've posted publicly.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, and I think you'll get to it. I think in your version of the class that you're taking, I do a very short sub D exercise right towards the end of the course, because the whole object is to get you familiar with the creation process in Rhino. But I have in more recent course iterations, I have in fact made the sub D section a little bit larger. Um, but anyway, that's that. What else would you like to see? So, hey kids, if you've enjoyed this and gotten anything out of it at all, please give it the big thumbs up and consider subscribing for more useful content. Thanks very much for watching.